motivational theory, which is Herzberg. So for Herzberg, he talked about hygiene and motivators. So for Herzberg, in 1966, he tried to understand why workers are demotivated, why workers are not happy at workplace. How can you know if they are happy or not? You have to be there to know what happens over there. So you make sure you call a group of people in different working environments to ask them about what is making them unhappy. So at the end of it all, he was able to discover two factors, which is motivator and hygiene. So look at what I wrote here. Herzberg in 1966 attempted to find out what motivates people at work. He was able to do so through questioning different group of workers at working environments. His result allowed him to classify the causes, which are motivators and hygiene. So what are motivators? Motivators are those factors, those things that makes workers to be happy at work. What makes workers to be happy? What makes workers to be satisfied at work? These are motivators, which could be a recognition and about your efforts. You know, I will be happy if people recognize my effort, if my managers, the authority organizer recognize what I do. So that's about motivators. Then we have hygiene. For hygiene, this comes from the organization itself. Those things that the organization must do, those things that the business or the employers must do. If they don't do it, workers become dissatisfied. The first one is about what makes workers to be happy. The second one, which is hygiene, is about those things that must be done so that you could avoid dissatisfaction of workers. So we have it here. We have motivators and we have hygiene. They both work at the working environment. These two must be met to have workers motivated at workplace. So this is what Herzberg described. So for motivators, what are the factors that motivate workers? Number one, sense of achievement. When we talk about sense of achievement, workers are motivated because they feel that they are achieving their goals. So I am motivated because I know the goal ahead and I can achieve it. Do you get the first point? The second one, chance of promotion. Being able to understand that with your effort, you have a reward for it, that you can be promoted. So that means if I'm putting much effort right now, I'll be leaving the position I am to a greater position. Are you guys with me, please? That's the second one. The third one, chance of improvement. Being able to understand that there is always a process of learning. So I'm going to make mistake today, but the mistake I made today will not define me. So I will learn from it and I move on to do better tomorrow. So there's always a chance of promotion or the chance of improvement. That's motivation. The fourth one, recognition of efforts. So I understand that whatever I do right now, people will recognize it. My managers will recognize it. So if I have done well, they will applaud me. The fifth one, nature of the job itself. I am doing this job because I love this job. The kind of job I'm doing right now, I love it. I love teaching that. I love it. So the kind of job I'm doing gives me satisfaction. Is it clear? So these are all what we call motivators. Then we have the hygiene. The hygiene comes mostly from the employers. So what they must do to avoid workers being demotivated. Number one, pay. Ensure that you pay workers duly. Ensure you pay them, pay them, justify what they do. Do you get it? The amount of money individuals make can also be a sort of motivation to them. Two, conditions. The environment you have. Is it an environment that allows you to bring or to do more? Is it an environment that gives you the time or the feelings that you are part of it? Is it an environment that gives you opportunity to explore? It's also an important thing. The third one, relationships between the management and the subordinates. Are your managers those managers that listen to you? Are your managers those managers that applaud you? The fifth one, treatment at work. Do they treat you well or not? Do they treat you well or not? Are you sure whenever you need something? Do they care about your welfare? This is what? Welfare. Your welfare is important. How you feel. Do they care about it? Do they give you holiday when you need it? Do they listen to you when you need personal things? The fourth one, inability to develop. If I feel in this organization I cannot develop, I cannot learn new things, how would I be here? Do you get the point? If in this environment I cannot improve myself, I cannot self-actualize, why am I here? So I should be in an environment that will develop me, that will improve me as a person, as an individual, as an employee. Feelings of inadequacy. You feel like this environment doesn't want you. So every effort I put into it, it's not just working. They are not encouraging me. They are not supporting me. Is it clear? Yes. So for IG, it's about those things that must be done to avoid demotivated workers. For motivators, those are the factors that one has to put into consideration that motivate workers, like the pay, recognition, and the rest. Any question about Herzberg? No. Clear, right?